Britain never touched Islam when they came. They came to our place and they shot us to death. If you don't want to convert to Christianity, they kill you by force. As they say very crudely, by force or by fire. They say, you must be a Christian. They killed us. Frederick Lugard beheaded almost over 90 clan chiefs and used their heads as trophy. Lugard that gave you one Nigeria. And I want that very photograph circulated to Nigerians to show them who created them. That is why I say that the zoo is devilish and monstrous. I want that picture of Frederick Lugard with the heads of black people. With the heads of black people. I want that to be circulated. I want that circulated. Very, very important. No British weapons in Boko Haram hands. That is a lie according to Britain. Of course, there are British weapons there and they know it. Britain is in support of Islam. Anywhere they are Islamizing people, you see Britain, they support Islam. They have been at the forefront of the defense of Islam for a very long time. Britain, you're looking at. They went to Awasa land, they never touched it. Awasa people said, no, we don't want our children to go to your school. This Boko Haram, no to Western education, it started since all time immemorial. When they went there, Awasa said, Boko Haram, we don't want your education. Britain said, okay, there is no problem. Can you look after this oil for us? Awasa said, yes. Britain said, okay, we are going to hand over these people to you. Biafra, we'll give Biafra to you. Already you have taken Yoruba. Yoruba is Akamo. They are nothing. They are not strong. Biafra will give to you. But in return, we come and take oil and we will not pay for it. Till today, Britain comes, takes oil and they don't pay for it. They have their own oil, but they come, they pack their tanker, they load it up and they steam away. They are dealing with Hawassa. And then somebody will come to Bayelsa. Somebody will come to Rivers and tell you, oh, you are not Igbo. Igbo man is your problem. So that tanker that has just loaded oil now without paying, that is steaming away, is it owned by an Igbo man? Born the Banya. I'm asking those in Niger Delta. That tanker that I've just loaded now, leaving the shores of Biafra land with oil, laden with crude oil, is that tanker owned by an Igbo man? The answer is no. Who owns it? Hausa man. And then they're telling you an Igbo man is your and you believe them. Foolish people. Now they are turning around and now telling Igbo people, oh, remember that Niger Delta betrayed you before. They will betray you again. Are you sure they won't betray you? If you go to war, they won't betray you. Okay. So before it was their turn to receive that Igbo will do this to them. Now it's our turn to say they will betray. Rubbish. We are one people. You have been lying to us and lying and lying and lying because of your preponderance. Media preponderance.
There is this saying that Nigerians and Indians were both colonized by the British. But the Indians rejected the British culture. They rejected the British religion. They rejected the British food. They rejected the British way of doing things and hold on to the British technology. You know. And then we have the Nigerians, that is us Africans, accepted the British culture, the British dress code, the British food, the British every religion, and rejected the British technology. We were colonized to believe that because you speak a perfect English, therefore you are intelligent. But how many perfect English speakers among us invented anything? Okay. How many PhDs who congregate at Capellos and all of those places every evening and drinking and tell you how they got their PhD from Harvard and so forth. You have a PhD in engineering and an illiterate priest from Malawi come and spread a doom on you. People are having a PhD in engineering. Their grandmothers are busy drinking water with goats. They can't make water reticulation machine. Yet the PhD is a level of doctorate, is a level of invention now. You have passed theory to the level of practice. Now, how many of our English-speaking PhDs
holders
invented anything?
are effective in our community.
Exactly.
In Biafra.
And the British couldn't retain or sustain their colonial presence in Africa because the USA asked them to leave. So what they now did is to take the control of the oil, hand it over to a group of people they think they can manipulate very easily. That's all. That's what has happened. And now they now believe that they have the rights to rule. Unfortunately for them, President Goodluck Jonathan, the incoming president, emerged out of circumstances that could be described as somehow mysterious. He came up as the president, and now they don't like it. 3 people funded Boko Haram: the ex-president, head of state Buhari, another ex-head of state, House of.
Coming now, I have a big secret revealed for you now. Operation Python Dance, do you remember it? Yes, it was carried out by the British, executed by Nigerian government. Are you surprised? Let me break it down for you. In Africa, the British and the imperialists only come here for resources. They don't care about human life. And they don't like people who stand against them. Check anywhere they have gone around the world. Anybody that goes against Western imperialists and their conquests in Africa always dies. Check it. King Jaja of Opobo. Do you remember his story? Do you want to go to Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah? Do you want to go to Lumumba of Congo? Should we go to Nelson Mandela on how he spent all his life and how even his colleagues died from the hand of the British? How the South Africans lost their lives in fighting the British in South Africa, apartheid? Do you want us to go to Kenya? Should we go to Benin Empire? Should we go to, where should we go to? Go to India? Wherever the British has gone to, they will single-handedly pick out those dissenting voices that are talking against them, fighting against them, and they will render them useless. Anyhow they do it, they did it. Even King Jaja of Opobo in Nigeria here, those olden days, it happened to him. The British do not like bold voices. They don't like strong voices. They don't like people who stop them from their exploitations of Africa. They are the ones that came out for Nnamdi Kanu, because in their modern operation now, the way they operate now, they use the locals. They use the fellow black man to commit the offense, hiding behind and supplying all the ammunition they need. Of course, it happened in South Sudan, like the video I released yesterday, when they're using North Sudan to siphon South Sudan. They use North Sudan Muslims against South Sudan Christians, because South Sudan is where the oil is. That is where the whole attraction in Sudan is. And South Sudan did not take it. They fought. But the British know that they cannot fight a direct war again. So they had to use the Sudanese to fight Sudanese. The same way the British used Nigeria to fight Biafra. It was actually the British that were fighting Biafra, not Nigeria. Mark it very well. Nnamdi Kanu is a leech to the British government, not even Nigerian government. I will still talk about the Royal Niger Company that owns Nigeria, that actually sold it to the British. And let me tell you, I will give you a topic on that next. Because this country is owned by the British. It's owned by them. Till today. So whatever Nnamdi Kanu is doing, he is doing to the British, not Nigeria. Because Nigeria, the British handed over Nigeria to the North. So the North is holding it brief for the British, who are pulling the strings like a puppeteer behind the scenes. Don't you get it? So whatever you see happen to Nnamdi Kanu be executed by the British, whether it was his extraordinary rendition from Kenya, whether it is this, he was Python dance, it is the British. And the suffering of the Ndigbo, persecution of Ndigbo, and the systematic exclusion is still the British, 100%. That Python dance that you know was approved by Britain. Are you surprised? Are you surprised? Tell me, how did Nnamdi Kanu on bail in his house, how was he affecting the Nigerian government? What was he doing wrong? Nothing. Nigerian government does not really care about all those things. But the British know that keeping Nnamdi Kanu alive is keeping Biafra alive. They don't want to hear that, even till today. How Nnamdi Kanu escaped from that house till today took a higher power to do it. And we all know the higher power who did it. We know. Who is keeping Nnamdi Kanu alive today is still that higher power who have stamped their big foot and say, this man's life will not be touched. Suffer him as you like, but his life will not be touched. Britain planned to exterminate Nnamdi Kanu on that fateful day in his house, but they did not succeed. Because, of course, you know, the British cannot come by themselves and do it. They cannot put boots on ground. But that action they took, did they ever condemn it? Have you seen Britain come out and say, we condemn the attempt on Nnamdi Kanu's life? Did you see them? I'm asking you, did you? Did you see Britain do that? No. Even till today, they don't even say anything against his case. They don't even come to his court. And of course, you know he is a British citizen. But Britain has abandoned him because they want him dead. They are even surprised why he is still alive after everything they have done to take him out of this world. So that Python dance was carried out, executed by Nigeria on behalf of the parent company, the owner of Nigeria, which is the British government. That government called Britain government has really done enough damage in Africa. I think people look at the French, you know, enough, but the French and the British, they are all the same. They are all the same. They are all the same. Nnamdi Kanu is alive today because of the grace of God in his life. He is not meant to be alive. You can see his parents are already dead. You never can tell the kind of poison they even came into that house with. You never can tell what they came to do. You can tell by the amount of lives that were lost that day in Python Dance, the 28 people that killed in his house. They did not come to arrest Nnamdi Kanu. They came to end his life. So wherever you're watching me around the world, I want you to know this story and keep it between your fingertips so that you will know that the battle is actually bigger than you see. Southern Sudan got their independence because they stood together. They were suffering the same thing in the hands of the British. They suffered persecution, and that is one evil thing about Britain. They see Africans as apes, as monkeys. I'm telling you, even those in Nigeria that are feeling that Nigeria is in their hand, Northerners, Yorubas, let me tell all of you are monkeys in the eye of the West. You are nothing more than the color of your skin. They don't see beyond the color. They don't see beyond the color of your skin and what is in the ground in your country. They are ready to level everywhere in Africa to take oil and gold and silver. They don't care about you. They don't care about human life or Africans. That is why it's only Africa that will save Africans. Africa for Africans. And I commend the Kenyan government for, granting visas, free visas to every African in the African continent. Visa on arrival. They've waived away visas. They've waived away anything. Just enter the plane and go to Kenya. That is what a country should be doing. And that is what the West does not want. And I know very well that the president of Kenya is fighting for his, is fighting for his stay because the youths are against him. So he's ready to do anything to make sure that he wins the support of Africa during this time he is facing tribulations. And what a wonderful way to do it, by opening the country for all to come in. Africa should not have borders. These borders were created by the West for their selfish purposes in the Berlin Conference in the 1800s. And the conference, they divided Africa within themselves, and Africa wasn't even there. And they came in and invaded our lands. Until today, they still hold us tight ransom. Python Dance was a day that they marked for Nnamdi Kanu to go out of this world. It was the day of Nnamdi Kanu's death, according to them. And I wish Nnamdi Kanu even stayed on the ground for more than that. I wish he never came out. I wish he stayed in Israel and kept on doing what he was doing. I wish. Of course, you know, like a true warrior, always like to lead from the front. But you know very well that great revolutionaries of this world, they don't need to come back home to lead. And the Islamic Revolution in Iran, of course, he was in France, the Khamenei of a man, supreme leader. He was in France throughout his stay. Throughout his exile, he was there until he came back and fought for Iran to become an Islamic caliphate. You don't need to come back home. All you need to do is do your job. Keep raising awareness. Keep fighting for the cause. Definitely. Because if you're in Nigeria, the government definitely will suppress you and silence you and end up even compromising you. The freedom of Biafra will come by referendum, will come by self-determination, because Ndi Igbo are a complete nation and are prepared for it. We are complete for it, prepared for it. We have everything it takes to govern ourselves. But until Nigeria understands that in the coming years, Nigeria is going to be too poor to even cater for its citizens, they will never understand the benefit of granting Biafra their freedom. A day will come, Nigerians will rebel, totally, country will rebel against the country because of hunger. That is when they will understand what we are into. Most of these leaders have houses abroad. Their children are schooling overseas. They are living flamboyant lifestyle. They have abandoned Nigeria. Their children are citizens of abroad. US, Canada, Russia, name it. They have children, citizens there. They don't care about Nigeria. In fact, they are the what they call real puppets. Because puppets actually belong to their owners, not Nigeria. So if you're a British puppet, you are a puppet being used in Nigeria, but you don't belong to Nigeria because a puppet is owned by its puppeteer. Therefore, Tinubu, Akpabio, all of them, call their names. All Nigerian presidents, they are all puppets. They don't belong here. That is why these countries open accounts for them. Put your money here, don't worry. We open accounts for you. Put your money here. And they open their accounts and they launder Africa's resources and put in the foreign accounts the same way the white men also put their money too in foreign accounts. And whenever they go to visit, they will give them a lavish welcome. And you think there is hope for Africa without a revolution. You think you can just change Africa by one day it will be better. Nigeria will be better. Nigeria go better. I hear people saying it on social media, Nigeria go better one day. Don't worry, we'll have a new president and Nigeria will be better. If Nigeria will get better, that means Britain will get worse because they will not have anything again for Nigeria. Will it ever happen? After helping you fight war, after standing together with you, helping you loot your money, now you want to now block their food. Making Nigeria better means blocking their food. Jonathan tried to make Nigeria better because under him, Nigeria GDP rose, poverty reduced, food supply increased, our naira became valuable and rice was cheap, food was cheaper. Fuel was cheaper under Jonathan. That is exactly what they don't like. So they removed him. Did he come back? No. But he was doing well for the people and people loved him. But they brought Buhari. They said Buhari is better. That Buhari will make naira to $1. Okay, the Fulani man came in. Did not do well. People don't like him. The people that put him there, they never come and say, hey, yeah, sorry, we didn't know that this man is going to be bad like this, so we are sorry for bringing someone bad to you. Did you hear them complain? They never complain because as we are smiling, they are angry. And as we are angry, they are smiling. So when Buhari came, we were angry. We were suffering. That was when they were enjoying. Understand this. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Don't misunderstand these things. Our happiness is their pain. Like this to think, as it is sweet us, it they pain them. As it they pain them, it is sweet us. That is how it is. understand the day Africa becomes good, the day the white man becomes angry and hungry. That means if you must become good, you must stand your right. You must stand strong and be ready to pay the ultimate price, because they will come against you. Look at what's happening in Burkina Faso. Traoré. Look at the way they're coming after him. But the people in the country are happy. Oh. Burkina Faso people are happy. But the whites are angry. Why are they angry that we are happy? Ask yourself. Fix the puzzle yourself and see. When Biafra comes, it's going to be an El Dorado. It's going to be a well-programmed country. It's going to be a well-arranged city. They know the Igbos. They know that the Igbos are organized people, that we have a country that will be good. Do they want it? No. When you have a people who are united in culture, language, tribe, and religion, Britain will want to add another one that is different from them and merge. They don't want a country that can stand united. No. So when you are a particular country, a nation of its own, like Yoruba nation, Hausa nation, or Igbo nation, they don't want those nations to be like that. No. They want them to come together and mix so that to be bad blood together. What is what Britain want. Because one day, that country that is united can stand together in one language. But what Britain wants is to use the other one's language. Tell that one, look, this is not your brother. Oh. See, he's speaking Igbo. He's talking against you. Then tell the Igbo man, so that one is Hausa. Oh. That's the kind of country Britain wants. Are you surprised? They are used to this. They are used to it now. They have been doing this since decades. The Britain has been conquering countries since 300, 400 years ago. They know how to rule. They know how to rule, in quotes. They know. For their own profit, they know how to rule. So self-determination is not what they want. They want to determine yourself. They want to determine your life, your future, like they're doing now in Nigeria. That we are in this country today suffering like this is the British, is the West. That we change tomorrow is still going to be us that wake up. If Nigeria is not okay, they divide it. Every nation goes alone. This Nigeria is 3 nations living together. And the British are having a field way, a field time, because we are not united. Igbo wants to go. It's time to let the Igbo go. Release Nnamdi Kanu. Let him come back to his family. Release Nnamdi Kanu. Let him go back to his family. Let the Igbo go. If Nigeria is not working, let's divide it. Please, let's divide it. It's no use. There is no future. There is no future continuing like this. There is no future. Bola Tinubu has come now and carries his own cartel and come. No need. Let's not pretend. There is nothing to save in Nigeria. Since how many years? The same story. What is the point? Thank God for the life of Master Nnamdi Kanu. The plan was to kill him, but he's still alive. Glory to God. Keep the man alive. Whoever it is, if it is the Israelis keeping him alive, thank you very much. I appreciate it. To all my supporters around the world watching me from all the countries of the universe, I respect, I greet all of you. Let us mount for Master Nnamdi Kanu. Keep praying, keep fasting for the great man who has laid his life for all of us so that we can be alive today. He is really a man of honor.
People say, oh, but it's been 4 years and Trump hasn't given you Biafra. I say, because some of you are very dumb. You don't understand the dynamics of international politics. You know nothing about international relations. You have no idea. After all, people don't go to school in the zoo. What they go to is glorified ignorance centers. They call them universities. The ignorance centers, you go there to learn how to become ignorant. Trump cannot do anything for Biafra without USA Africa Dex, the policymakers, writing a report or memo saying time is now right to do XYZ. The whole world was against Southern Sudan when they started. Southern Sudan fought a war for 30 years and today they're independent. When Eritrea started, people were against them. Why did you pick up arms? Why are you fighting? Today, Eritrea is free. These are the things that our people don't understand. They have no brain. They have no clue. They don't understand what is going on. Until the State Department in America writes and says to Trump, something is wrong in Nigeria, Trump will do nothing. And mind you that Nigeria belongs to Britain. And ultimately, Trump will also go to Britain to ask Britain, what do you want us to do? And if Britain says don't do anything, they won't do anything, because Nigeria belongs to Britain. You think Nigeria belongs to you? You are daft. Nigeria belongs to Britain. Britain does whatever they want. Don't you know that?